Has anyone not been to a show like this before, or not seen any kind of psychics? Okay. If the chairs do start lifting up with you on there will be somebody at the back who can pull them down again. The way I work psychically and mediumistically. I will also be using these objects in the photograph here, which is known as psychometry. That's picking up the energy of photographs and objects. The theory is that whatever you touch or whatever building you're in, it's an interchange of energy. Everything's made out of energy. This looks solid, but in actual fact you've got atoms flying around there, molecules flying around there. It's not actually solid, and over years and years it will kind of disintegrate into nothing. We're all energy, we're all part of energy, and when we die, I use that word die because I don't think we really die, the body disintegrates, but the essence of who you are, the soul, carries on. Now, it's not for me to preach, it's not for me to tell you, it's not a sermon, but that's what I believe, and it's up to you basically what you want to believe. Find your own way with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, if I could draw the attention to this lovely gentleman in a kilt here, who's this belong to? Hello, right, I'm going to do this. As I tune into this gentleman, I feel I've got a pain down the side, and I feel this could be either indicative of a stroke, or it could be indicative of like a fall one to one side and a bruising on one side. Does that make sense at all with him?
Yeah.
It does, okay. I will say that when I'm doing this, it's kind of a mixture of gut intuition, gut feeling, and kind of like sensing energies. Hopefully, if I get a spirit connection, if he kind of like connects with me, I might be able to hear what he sounds like. That doesn't always happen because it flips between the both. I get a lot of travelling with him. I think he's been to a fair few countries. I don't know if this is to do with his work or kind of like the earlier part of his life, but a lot of travelling. Does that make sense with him?
Yeah, I know that he used to go on holiday.
Okay, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Just yes or no, because I've got to give you the information, not you give me the information. Okay. I also feel with his side of the family, I'm getting strong naval connections, things to do with the navy. Would you understand that with him?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Would this belong to a male, please?
Yes.
Okay. Did he go with his heart?
Yes.
Because as I'm trying to ask who this is for, I'm getting like tightness of chest. And to me, that's usually heart attack or collapsing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Very common name, I know, but do you understand the name George connected in the family at all? Name George?
Father-in-law.
Father-in-law, okay. Is he spirit side, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay. Right, can I say to you, I feel with your father in his later years, I'm getting a difficulty walking with him, instability on feet, do you understand that? And it's almost like, it's going to one side. It's like on my right hand side, I feel I'm okay, but on my left hand side, I kind of want to hold on to things. Does that make sense to you? And you understand it's the problem with the left side, not the right side?
Yes.
Okay, right. Mum's still down here?
Yes.
Okay, can you give his love to her?
Yes, I will do.
Okay, that's interesting. Right, shortly after him passing, I'm told there were 2 knocks on a door and there was no one there. And I don't know whose house that was or what that was about. There were 2 knocks on the door, no one was there. Make any sense to you?
It wasn't on the door. I had a step ladder and it went bang, bang on the wall.
Thank you. That was him.
I thought it was because I said hello, Dad.
He's acknowledging that. He's talking about the 2 knocks.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, but I was asked about the 14th, and I was saying give more information, and they said again mention Molly. We've got a dog called Molly, and the 14th is your birthday. Right, okie dokie. Right. I think one of your rings was yours. Which one?
It was the signet ring.
Signal ring. Okay. I'm going to hold on to that to kind of re-establish the energy with that. Oh, okay. Would you understand, please, something to do with a car accident a few years ago and a male who was involved in that who might have passed over?
That could be Debbie.
It's Debbie, is it?
Yeah.
There's
But that was more than a few years ago now.
I get a really strong feeling this is quite an important message. If you could pass over the mic. They probably gave me the ring and the Molly and the 14th thing to get to you, to get to her. Okay. Would you understand that in this accident there's a male who passed over?
Yes.
Okay. Right, a bit more information, please. Right, the timing of this, I get a feeling of either dawn or dusk. It's not quite dark, it's not quite light. It's kind of like the light's fading a little bit or just coming up a little bit. Does that make sense?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing police cars being involved here and kind of turning up. I get the feeling that they might have tried to treat this fella, but I feel it was basically too late. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel they might have even tried to put a neck brace on him, but there was no point because he was kind of out of it basically. Does that make sense?
I don't know that.
Ooh, right, okay. This is how I think it might have happened. Would you understand quite a large lorry being involved as well, or a truck of some kind?
No, there wasn't.
Okay. Do you know if with this, it was kind of like at a funny angle, hit something at a funny angle?
He hit another car at a funny angle.
At kind of like a diagonal angle. Right, I will say to you that there seems to be some kind of big lorry, or maybe someone was trying to overtake or get out of the way of the lorry.
Overtake.
Okay, also there's a big lorry involved. I don't want to kind of open up any police files and kind of waste any time, but that's what I'm being shown. Because there might be a bit of question mark about what actually happened, what the exact circumstances were. I feel I'm being told something to do with the big lorry overtaking or trying to get out of it. I feel the gentleman that I don't know who he is to you, but a feeling of like, I really need to give this across, really need to get this message across. I feel he's been visiting people this side of life, like since he's gone, like even if it's like decades ago or whatever, but I feel kind of people might feel the cold tingles and everything, because that's the feeling I get. Have you got 2 dogs around you?
Yeah.
He's mentioned the 2 dogs. Alright, if they start looking up in the corner or by the TV where there's nothing there.
She does.
She does, yeah.
No, he does.
Is this dark hair chap, please?
Yes.
Like dark brown hair? I feel, I don't know how long ago, but quite thick hair, or the haircut was quite thick. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Ian, who's Ian? Name Ian? Could be spirit, could be alive.
I don't know.
Check that out if you can. Is your mum in spirit, please?
Yeah.
She's still down here. I want to say there's a lady, it might be mum's mum, but a lady who feels like kind of on mum's side, who wants to make herself known as well. See if we get some more peas, right, peas. I've got to mention peas for some reason.
Her name was Peggy.
Peggy.
Yeah.
They call her like Peggy Peas or any pea related kind of thing.
Peg leg.
Peg leg, we've got the P anyway.
Yes, my name is Michael Wysocki. I have been a psychic reader for just over 15 years now, and I have had this compulsion over the last 3 years or so to stand up in front of people and do public displays of stuff. Get this, it's a cat's name. The reason I'm not going to get this is because it's not a cat's name. Is that fair to say? It's either a bunch's name or a dog's name. Okay, because I did get a dog vibration somewhere with you. This is a dog's name. You named your cat after a dog. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not Rover. It's like, I just feel like I want to talk about it being a celebrity dog. And it's not Schnorbitz. Can you just come up on stage, please? Thank you. I might not get it. Just hold that close, don't look. Just the theatrics. Thank you very much. Please God. If I don't get it right, I don't get it right, you know. It wasn't Schnorbitz, was it? No, I didn't go for Schnorbitz. But I did go for Snoopy. Thank you very much, have a look. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, I am going to ask you a question now. How good a liar do you think you really are? Okay. Basically what's going to happen here is I'm going to get 4 people to tell a lie and 1 person to tell the truth. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. So subconsciously or consciously, you're all going to be starting to prepare for this before it happens. Okay, so you've got plenty of time in a way to prepare. I am going to give each of you the chance to take a ball out of my bag. Okay, I've got 5 balls in the bag. 4 of them are white, and 1 of them, don't make your own jokes up, mind reading. 4 of them are white, and 1 of them is black. What you need to understand is that a white ball is a white lie. Okay? Stick to your stories now, okay? Have you got a white ball? Excellent, thank you very much. Give Nancy a round of applause and take this seat. Thank you very much. Okay? Oh, right, okay. I really am, I'm floundering here because we've got three, the good liars in Hatfield. We've got three people here. I really am floundering here. I'm going to take a risk here. I am really not very confident about this. You are so cool, but I think you're working very hard at being cool. So I think, Sam, just say it again for me, the same thing. 6 months ago, and the nod there. Sometimes people shake their heads, and sometimes people nod is almost like they want you to say, they want you to take it from them. Have you got a white ball? Thank God. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you. Okay. What would you draw? Can I ask you to put her envelope into the pocket? Okay, I don't want to touch it in any way. Can you come to the front of the stage? Give her a nice round of applause. If I asked you to draw your drawing again, would you draw it that way round or this way round? That way round. That's the only question I'm going to ask, okay? Take the pad, and if you could stand there, just face, that's it, face the wall there, great. And I'm going to face, I'll give you a pen, don't do it yet, okay, but I'm going to ask you to repeat the drawing, but I'm going to ask you to do this in such a way that I draw it at the same time. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Go. Right. It's a bit of a Rolf Harris moment. Okay. I think I've got it. I hope I've got it. Please God, let me have had it. Done?
Yep.
Good. Just recap the pen and turn round. Don't let me see you yet. Okay, good. Thank you. Don't look, don't peek. Just the theatrics of it. Okay. Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. It's alright though. You've got more detail than me. It's a flower, okay? And you put this stemmy stuff here, you know, the leaves down here, which is an interesting addition, okay? Do you want to show them what I did? Yeah? I just didn't get the stems right. I kind of pointed to them instead, so I'm sorry about that. But, thank you very much. What I would say to you though,
But the initial of S definitely, I think, just lays still and brings with her a sort of revelation. And what I want to say to you is that she was in a wonderful place, both here and in the afterlife. She's in a wonderful place. She has let go of the pain. She understands what's happened to her, and I feel as well that she just needs to and wants very much to connect to you and say, look, I'm here. And pink hearts, you know, lots of pink hearts. July, what was the month of July to her? What is it to you? The month of July. Is it? Okay. Well, he's come through as well then. You know, I know, it's a bit overwhelming, isn't it? But we can leave it there. It's a J here. Who is a J? Is somebody's name J along here? You? Oh, okay. Is that just Joe, or is it... Okay. Yeah, because I wouldn't have called you Joe at all. You don't... Joe. Is there somebody in your life called Peter, Paul? Peter, is it? Yeah, it is Peter. Okay, why is it, Joe, that you're so dissatisfied with your certain situation? That you are, aren't you? You just, you know... Yeah, no, don't worry, we all get in a tangle, don't we? We all get in a bit of a mess every now and again. So Peter is really causing you some stress. Well, okay. We don't need to go there, do we? We don't need to go there, but it will be resolved, and you will resolve it in a very, very short space of time. I just think that you're confusing the whole thing, and you really want to keep it simple. You want to keep it simple for your life, because if you overcomplicate emotions, then nobody can think straight. Nobody can actually think about what they're going to do. So with you, just go with your heart. Just decide what you want. Oh, if you've all been telling her to do exactly that, just go with what you want. Okay, you're being given that. I don't know who you are, and never met you before, but I do want you to just take that step now, sort things out with Peter, and go with your heart. All right. There's the two men. No, we won't go there then. No, we won't go there. I've got two men, Joanne, and yeah, it can be a bit of a try. Look, she's got her head down there. She doesn't want me to. She's gone red as well. She has. Okay, well, we don't really want to expose your love life out to this audience tonight, do we? However, I do feel that very soon now it's all going to untangle itself. But Peter's the one. Okay. Now here, with this lady here, I've got Canada. I just want to take you to Canada. Is that somewhere that you are connected to? You're going to travel there very soon, aren't you? There's a journey for you, and you will go there. But Nellie, who is Nellie around you? Oh, okay. Well, Nellie, is she in spirit or is she no? Okay. Because her name is being called. And her name is being called for you to make some peace with Nellie. There just seems to be a reason here. And I just want to explore that a little bit. But there's a reason that you need to make amends or build a bridge. So are you actually thinking now of studying for a degree yourself?
Yeah.
And when did you decide that? Was that something that was at the back of your mind that has just been brought forward? Is that how it's happened and you thought, no, come on, this is time for me now, it's time for me to get together with my life? And
There for a while.
yeah, but you hadn't done anything about it, had you? No. Well, you will take that degree and you will, I think, just open up a new door, but you've got to do it in another country. There's lawyers everywhere, and I think it's nothing bad, it's nothing difficult, but is it law that you want to study?
No, my daughter.
Oh, your daughter is studying law now?
No, she's looking to do a degree.
In law?
She's in her A-levels, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, she will then. Okay. Let me have a wander over here. Just want to wander to this lady here. I do know Liz, actually. She is somebody that I have met a few times before, so I know her name. However, what I do want to say to you tonight, Liz, is that, again, you're in for quite a surprise. Where's the new car? Have you bought it yet? Yeah. When did you buy that? Was that just? Yeah. Okay. I just feel that this new car is giving you a new direction. You're about to travel. You're about to go forward in a way that you didn't expect. I think there's a change of career here for you, and there's also quite a lot of overseas travel. Is that something that you've actually got sorted out yet? Okay, there's a journey that's important, and the reason that the journey is important is that it takes you to another location, it takes you into a new relationship. I'm putting you by a river, and you'll be at a place by a river, and this is going to be an offer that comes to you. You won't be able to say no. Got the army all around you. Who's in the army? Your son. Okay. You're coming into money. There's some money around you, Liz. It's not the lottery, it's not winning the millions, but there is a settlement. There's something legal that needs to be resolved, that you need to put some action into. And once that is done, it's like there's a spiritual reward. It's like there's a reward coming from another place. So you will get money in respect of money that you've lost, so money that you should have had. Do you understand that? So was that to do with a will or a legacy or a promise? Because there's money that was promised that you should have had, but it's going to come back in another way.
Maybe, yeah.
Was that to do with your father? Is that John?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was he John or Jonathan? We do have an in-joke about Johns, don't we, guys? You know, when we do get John through in spirit, it's such a common name. But you know, you are quite surprised. He's here. And John, I think, he wanted to give you a ring. There was a ring. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Was it this one?
Okay,
Oh, okay, one. So, he wanted to give you that, but I wanted to say that you didn't have it. Did somebody else have it for a long time? What actually happened then is, why did somebody else have it for a long time?
I got it on Sunday. They gave
Only on Sunday. John is very pleased to see you with that ring. And you, there's a break in some study. You're stopping and starting, stopping and starting. So I don't think that you're really sure at all about what you want to do, are you? I know that Michael's picked on you before, Alicia. Is it Eilish? It's not Alicia. No. Do we have an Alicia here? We don't? No. Okay, just me getting your name wrong then. So, study for you has got to restart again, but you won't really sort out what you're doing until you have found the man of your dreams. It's a young man who is around you, a young man who's coming into your life, and somebody that you've known before. Have you recently? Yes, you have. Yeah. You've recently recontacted. Yeah. Oh, boyfriend, sweetheart. Oh, he's lovely. He really is, and he is for you, and he is going to be the man of your dreams. So stop worrying and just get on with things. Okay, John then, he sort of didn't realise that he took his own life. And he's sort of saying sorry, he's regretful, but he's at peace. Absolutely, it's with the angels. There's angels all around him. And he's very still, but he can see you. Okay, let's just go to you now. I just want to, what's your name?
Peter.
Hi, Peter. There's a young man, or a man not much older than you. I think he may be a cousin, or somebody who you would treat as a family member. And I feel that he is with you. Is there somebody in spirit that has actually passed over that would be sort of that sort of age, and that you would treat as a cousin? Is it a cousin?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's somebody. Was this to do with any medication? Was there a medication problem with him?
Yeah.
Was that some sort of drugs or?
Yeah.
But he didn't actually realise. What I'm being told here, Peter, is that he didn't actually realise what was happening in his life. Not out of control or spaced out, but he just actually didn't realise that he was maybe harming himself a bit, or just going over the top. Can I ask you, did he actually take his life? He did, okay. And was that something that everybody was just not looking out for? So it was missed. It was something that was missed. He kept that quiet for a reason. I think that he investigated a lot of avenues as to how he could get out of his particular trap in his world. there was one woman who let him down badly. You know who she is. I don't think that she meant to. What I'm being told here is that she didn't mean to, but he lost something with this one particular one. Do you understand that? You understand what I'm talking about? And that just sort of tipped him over, and he gave up. He just gave up. However, it was his time. I do feel that it was his time, and that's something that nobody can do anything about. But he is here. Was there a G around his name?
Not that I can think of.
No. What was his name?
His name was John.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I probably wouldn't give a John again because it's over the same side of the room, and that's just typical that we would probably get quite a few Johns. So, what was the G because is that a surname or something? I've got to go with that link because I'm keeping on being given this big capital G. Is that your name? Not your surname? Okay. All right, well, I'll just wander around for a minute because that may well come back. But, okay, John then, he sort of didn't realise that he took his own life. And he's sort of saying sorry, he's regretful, but he's at peace. Absolutely, it's with the angels. There's angels all around him. And he's very still, but he can see you. And he goes in a car with you. And I think do you have a truck? No, it's 2 seats at the front. It's like did he drive that? I'm being given this truck.
He had a little van.
That's what it is, just 2 seats at the front. Okay, that was his. He remembers being in that van with the 2 seats. Are you all right?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yes.
Right by the way.
You're right by the door to leave the windows open. He remembers driving. I think that's one of the biggest memories that he's got as well. But also, I just feel that you need to, I think, pass this message on. I think, he wants to get through to his family. He wants to connect to you. But there's more important people. There's lots of yellow flowers that I'm being shown.
Yeah.
What's the yellow flowers?
It was I think it was Mum's favourite colour, Dad's.
Okay, oh right, it's the spring then, so, well, he's going to plant a lot more for her, but there's a blossom tree that he wants to give to her, so you just watch. His mum will actually have a blossom tree very, very soon, and somebody's going to arrive with it. But he's at peace, he's watching, he's with you when you drive, but he does protect you, he does look after you, and he didn't know it was going to happen, but I think that he sort of knew that he'd only got quite a short life. He wasn't here for a long time, but he can see you. He's in a very golden place. There's a lot of gold dust around him. And when he looks at you, he sees you in a very green place. So what I'm being shown here is that there is this golden stardusty place that we go to when we've passed over, or certainly John has. And when he looks back and when he looks down from spirit, that's where he sees you and your family, as the song of Green Earth. So even though it wasn't a long time he was here, I think he lived his life. But the girl, she's the one that will come back to you and I think just make amends. She probably already has. I'll leave that with you. Thank you very much, Nareem. I also feel that very, very strongly, there's the initial of D. This is quite a thunderous sort of energy. There's an energy that just sort of really makes me want to go, oh, goodness me, that was a shock. It's a man, the initial of D, wants to let another man know. So it's a man who wants to let another man know that he was hopping mad, absolutely hopping mad. This is a man with big, big temper, big problem. But initial D, and he's here. He keeps wanting to go here, but also there's pains around his stomach. So something went in, something hurt him badly. Can anybody take this initial D? You can. It's your brother. Well, he's with you, and he wants to just put his hand very much on your shoulder and just really guide you to a place that you need to be. He couldn't see you for a long time. He didn't know where you were for a long time. So he was taken out of it for a long time. But you will get some information or some revenge about this. Was he injured badly? And that was by somebody else, an invasive. Okay, all right. So that's the family connection. Was he called a short name, like a Des or something? Del Boy. Des the Del Boy. Well, Del Boy then. Well, would anybody have called him Des? I think the connection must be Del Boy then, but he is here. He wants to heal a wound. There's going to be a great big plaster. Did he used to plaster things?
Yeah, they used to plaster his side up. What's the other name?
Oh, the plaster on his body. Okay. Well, that's the link then. His nickname is Strong. He is going to be actually going on a very special journey with you, but he wants you to look after his mum. Is your mum still here? Just letting you know then that he wants to help look after her and is going to, but there's going to be some adjustments that are going to be made. Did he have a daughter?
Numerous daughters.
Okay. There's one daughter in particular that's in trouble. That's what he's saying. So you'll know about this. Anyway, you'll be given that information, and he just wants to let you know to sort that trouble out. So thank you very much. I'd like you to now welcome Andrew and Michael back up here for a nice
after the experience that you had tonight, how did you feel?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. For me, it was great because something personal came through for me, which was spot on. And the middle part of the show,
It was Michael and Andrew.
Michael was very good, very entertaining.
Yes.
And Eleanor was really good too. So we really enjoyed it.
Did you feel connected?
Yes. Obviously, because Andrew had something for me, I was particularly connected with him. So yes, it was excellent. Very enjoyable evening.
Good.
Really enjoyed it.
And you feel better?
Yes.
Coming here, has it made
Oh
you feel
yeah,
better?
yeah, definitely.
Good. And yourself?
I would have liked certain people to come through, but just didn't
That didn't happen. Well, not always that happens.
because I lost someone about 5 months ago.
Oh.
So I was hoping, but it just didn't happen.
But it's made you feel better in the whole experience of coming here.
Very good. It was a nice, relaxed atmosphere.
Good. It's a good fun evening.
Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. This is Peter, and this is the after the event. And I'm just going to ask you how you felt when you was actually connected.
I felt quite surprised actually, because it was
wasn't really expecting to get a connection or anything like
No.
that at all. I was just came on as quite a sceptic and
Yeah.
walked out feeling quite shocked, to be quite honest.
Was you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he connected quite quickly,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. And do you feel better knowing that
I
you
do,
had
yeah. I
made a
think
connection?
it definitely gives you a sense of purpose or something. It gives you a little bit of a wake-up call.
Oh, good. And the experience in itself, would you?
Oh, positive,
okay?
yeah, definitely, yeah, without a doubt.
That was a good fun evening.
Yeah,
as well.
great fun, yeah.
And what did you think about Michael?
Oh, Michael, that was fantastic, yeah. Very, very good, very clever and very well done.
Yeah, it's quite. You think about how
Yeah,
do you do that?
yeah.
The wow factor. And what about Andrew?
And Andrew as well, yeah, has again very, very strong connections he seems to be coming forward with. So, yeah, very good.
Yeah. And Eleanor is very
Yeah.
spot on with her
Yeah, oh, yeah,
connections
absolutely,
there.
yeah, pinpoint.
Okay, then. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is Terry, and I'm interviewing him because you had the connection with your brother
Yeah.
by Eleanor. And did you feel connected at that point with her?
When she
and
started
him?
talking to me, yeah, I felt connected. Yeah, I felt there was something there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was you quite surprised?
yeah, I was quite surprised that she knew, what she knew, and
Yeah.
she picked up on and things like that. Yeah. And,
Do you feel better
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
I feel that,
A bit more content.
content and things like that. Although it's been a long time.
Hmm.
He died, quite a few years ago. But
Yeah.
the issue's never been resolved, anyway.
No.
So it's nice to know he's there.
He's there and he's around. And
Yeah.
it's quite comforting.
Yeah, it's coming.
And what do you think about the experience?
I thought it was terrific.
Yeah.
I thought the show was good. I thought everyone, they was all,
Yeah. Yes.
great. They,
Oh, that was a
what
good
they
fun
done,
evening.
it was very good.
Good.
And they all had, so much style, grace, elegance.
Yes, and Michael and,
Yeah, all of them.
and
Yeah.
Andrew, yeah. It was
The-
very good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Eleanor, I thought she was just terrific. The way she goes around and just touches someone's hand,
Yeah.
and she can get a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely come again.
Oh, well done. Oh, good. Okay. Thank you.